All right, good morning. My name is Bo Larson. I'm the Director of Community Relations for the town of Fountain Hills, and I want to welcome you to another glorious day in Fountain Hills. The state of the town is presented by Mayor Ginny Dickey and sponsored by our good friend Salt River Project. I hope you've had an opportunity to enjoy the delicious breakfast by Phil's Filling Station. Thank you, Phil. And before we get started, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now we have a special treat for us today. First of all, I'm not sure if Karen Myers is here yet, but I'm going to tell the story of Karen Myers to get us started. Karen has quite a background in our town since the 1970s. She served as president and board member of the Chamber of Commerce, the FH Civic Association, founding member of the Community Chorus, and served on the Planning and Zoning Commission in the 1990s. She had written the lyrics of many songs. Her good friend, Jim Wood, wrote the music for one we're about to hear. The name of the song is Fountain Hills by Desert Wood Productions in 1991. Performing the Fountain Hills song is the OK Corral Cowboy Trio, founded by Ellen Fossenkamper, yes? The group was founded in 2010, and the trio has performed at over 250 shows statewide. Their goal is preservation of harmonic law and order with the songs and stories that make our state great. Please welcome the OK Corral Cowboy Trio singing the Fountain Hills song. Well, that's a mic drop moment, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, thank you again for all being here this morning. We want to thank our out-of-town elected officials and dignitaries who have joined us this morning. Representing Congressman David Schweikert's office is Christian Curry. There he is, thank you. Chandler Mayor Kevin Hartke's here, thank you. Tempe Mayor Corey Woods. Council Member Tammy Caputi of Scottsdale. President and CEO of the East Valley Partnership, John Lewis. And Fountain Hills Unified School District Superintendent, Dr. Kane Jagodisky. And please welcome the Town Council of Fountain Hills, Vice Mayor Sharon Grozbowski, Council Member Jerry Friedel, Council Member Brenda Kalavianakis, Council Member Peggy McMahon, Council Member Alan Skillicorn, and Council Member Hannah Toth. Okay. And I also want to welcome Town Manager Rachel Goodwin. Now I'd also like to welcome our former mayors and council members for the town of Fountain Hills. Former Mayor Linda Cavanaugh, I'm not sure if she made it today. No? Thank you. Former Mayor Jay Schlum. Former council member Joe Bill. And former council member and Honorable Enrique Melendez. But also I'd like to welcome Jackie Miles, the wife of former Mayor Jerry Miles. We also have many commission and advisory board members in attendance, and I'm sorry, please raise your hand. If I named all your names, we'd be here all day. So, all right, there's a few. Also joining us this morning, and I really am grateful for all of these groups, are the Fountain Hills Chambers of Commerce, Fountain Hills Unified School District, Fountain Hills Municipal Court, EPCOR Water, Fountain Hills Sanitary District, Republic Services, Southwest Gas, and of course, our sponsors, Salt River Project. We are grateful for our partnership with Salt River Project and their support for today's state of the town. Delivering reliable and affordable water and power since 1903, Salt River Project is a community-based, not-for-profit organization providing affordable water and power to more than 2 million people in central Arizona. Patricia DeRoss has been a senior government relations representative for Salt River Project for nearly, am I allowed to say this, 18 years. She serves on multiple chambers of commerce, public policy committees across the 8 municipalities she covers. She was born and raised in Scottsdale, and prior to SRP, Patricia was an Emmy-winning reporter and weather anchor for both KPHO TV here in Phoenix and WJBK TV in Detroit. Please welcome Patricia.
Thanks, Bo. Good morning, everyone. I think the word or the phrase for today is going to be harmonic law and order. I just love that phrase. That was fun. They were great. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. SRP is honored to sponsor the annual State of Fountain Hills. I'd like to thank Mayor Dickey, the Town Council, and all of the staff for their hard work to make Fountain Hills an exceptional place. Being an elected official is extremely hard. And I want you to know that SRP is grateful to the mayor and council's public service, as well as all the other elected officials here today. So thank you. SRP is committed to maintaining a strong working relationship with Fountain Hills. Our goals are much like yours. Provide high quality service that is also affordable, reliable, while keeping an eye towards the future by becoming more sustainable, by reducing carbon emissions, strengthening our grid, and allowing more customer choice and flexibility, as well as improve our water resiliency. We look forward to hearing Mayor Dickey's State of the Town address and how we can work together to ensure Fountain Hills remains a vibrant community. Thank you.
Wow, good morning, everyone. So happy to see you all here on this beautiful day, like the calm before the storm, as I've been hearing on the news all day. So thank you for attending the 2024 State of the Town of Fountain Hills. I'm pleased that so many local and regional leaders were able to join us this morning and share our Fountain Hills story of 2023 and our outlook for 2024. We appreciate Patricia DeRoss representing our sponsor, SRP, which provides power and excellent customer service to our residents, our businesses, and our organizations while being a community partner for events like this. As always, thanks to Phil's Filling Station, who prepared this delicious breakfast for our guests. To Bo Larson, our Community Relations Director, for putting the program all together, and to our community services and for all of our wonderful staff over there for providing such a welcoming environment for our important event. And talk about a uniquely Fountain Hills way to start a morning. How about that rendition of Karen Myers' Our Fountain Hills by the OK Corral, Bronco Bruce Kosevich, Jingling Judge Chandel, and Tumbleweed Tony Pistilli. Thank you so much. It was amazing. So it's been my tradition, just now for the 6th time, I will convey a mayor's perspective of 2023, and then we'll watch a video of our efforts and accomplishments under the leadership of Manager Rachel Goodwin, our department directors, our legal team, our law enforcement, and fire services. Afterwards, we'll complete the morning with a look at 2024. So as I wrap up my 5th year as mayor, I remain honored to be a steward of this extraordinary, incredible community. It's a role in public service that I do not take lightly. I'd always been engaged in civic and municipal issues locally here, starting in 1984 when I attended the first of several strategic plan, we called them town halls in those days, sessions that I would go with my mom and some of my family members. We didn't always raise our hands on the same things either, so it's kind of fun. And later, statewide, I worked at the Arizona Senate and at the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality, and then at the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Arizona. So after a natural progression of volunteerism and experiences here in town, I was elected to 2 terms of Fountain Hills School District and 2 terms to the Town Council. This journey of involvement, which is one that many elected leaders embrace, allowed me to continue my commitment to help out my own hometown. As I started writing this, I was looking to the previous descriptors of the state of the town for some insight of the who, what, when, how, and why of the last decade, and how that may have helped us guide us through the community's wants and needs for today. So over the years, just to give a recap, I've described the state of the town as together in 2019, which was a hopeful sentiment for the new mayor and council. We were engaged in 2020, recognizing and appreciating the importance of public participation. Moving forward in 2021, which we started to emerge from the pandemic. Rising above in 2022 by coming out so strong on all fronts, plus a respectful nod to history, and that book, Rising Above, written by Jerry and friends. And in 2023, we described the town as vibrant, where development, dynamic and activities, events, and beautiful surroundings were once again defining our community, even as we were starting to make some changes. Speaking of, now in 2024, the state of the town, as I see it, is at a crossroads. Much like the Tom Hanks character Chuck Nolan at the end of the movie Castaway, this phrase suggests choices, decisions, direction. And we're going to come back to that later. But for now, some things that haven't changed. As I said a year ago, your town government remains prepared to ensure that residents and businesses have a voice, that your elected leaders communicate effectively, that volunteers remain a crucial part of our town efforts, and that the staff are responsive in requests and concerns, and they innovate ways to expand and improve our community. So let's talk about some of our Fountain Hills facts. Fountain Hills is a scenic desert community of approximately 24,000 residents, founded in 1970. Incorporated as a town in 1989, we cover more than 20 square miles, including voter-approved preserved land, and bordered by Scottsdale to the west, annexed state trust land and the McDowell Regional Park to the north, and our important tribal communities to the east and the south. Our signature feature is a 560-foot high fountain that operates on a daily schedule year-round with cool new lights now that we use to commemorate special occasions and to make recognitions pretty much every, Christmas and holidays and all kinds of, I see Rachel nodding her head because we have all the colors of the rainbow. Surrounded by a 29-acre lake, which is within a 64-acre park, including an 18-hole championship disc golf course, a remodeled splash park, our upgraded playgrounds, and nearly 40 pieces of our remarkable community-wide public art collection, with more improvements in the works, it fittingly illustrates our community's identity. More than half of our town is zoned residential, and nearly a quarter is designated as open space. Our roadway network is 162 miles. We have nationally recognized award-winning parks, highly rated schools, plus numerous nonprofits, service, and faith-based organizations that continue to engage and thrive. The Times Independent, I think I saw Bob, the Chamber, Fountain Hills Chamber, utilities, the schools, MCSO, and many others are our valued partners. We're in this together. More than 3,200 business licenses are registered in the community, 2,200 of those within our boundaries. Our home values remain high, and Fountain Hills' crime rate is one of the lowest in the nation. We're part of the Sun Corridor, one of 11 megalopolis areas in the U.S. and adjacent to great native cultures. Fountain Hills is part of a region surrounding the 5th largest city in the U.S., yet bright planets, wildlife sightings, and breathtaking sunsets are part of our everyday routine. But if we do want to venture out, there's a world-class airport, professional sports, arts, cultural venues, and awesome cities and towns within easy reach. Coming back home again, let's take a look around at some of the improvements and the activities from 2023. Number one, for some of us, coffee rules. So we're happy to see new places joining our favorite suppliers of morning aromas and afternoon pick-me-ups. Many businesses have started or re-emerged, from restaurants and boutiques to medical services and several types of retail, as evidenced by the numerous ribbon cuttings every week, right? Established, successful businesses enjoyed significant remodels, illustrating commitment to invest and stay in Fountain Hills. We have key partners in new and redevelopment of spaces, plus in individual lots. We also see infill and remodeling of homes, providing needed housing and, again, investment in Fountain Hills. There's potential on state trust land, too, for our future. Number four, millions of additional dollars have been spent on street maintenance and repairs, with hopefully much more to come. 5, key activities, ventures, and events continue to feed the curious, interested, and fun sides of our residents and visitors, such as we have our new trails and, of course, our progressing International Dark Sky Discovery Center. Number 6, our sidewalk infill with the help of MAG and other grants has continued to grow. And last but not least, a successful, exciting transition to municipal fire services has commenced. You'll hear even more about our town's progress in a few minutes from our hardworking, excellent new manager, Rachel Goodwin, and her professional staff. But first, in my view, there are many priorities noted last year where strides were made, but there's still more work to do. First, complete the thriving downtown. That's a work in progress, but now with renewed, unified commitment. 2, continue guidance using our general and strategic plans. We constantly circle back to these documents when decision making. 3rd, ensure financial security. Our consistently conservative budgeting will continue as we face coming capital needs. 4, emphasize safety. The Pedestrian and Traffic Safety Committee, Public Works, our building inspectors, and of course primarily MCSO and our fire department have made many advances in this, which is, after all, our number one responsibility to citizens. 5, strategically address economic development and tourism. The new, unanimously approved Community Economic Development Strategy is leading us in the right direction. Our brand refresh and logo have been successful. Naturally beautiful, naturally innovative, naturally charming. These were phrases that came up time and again and identified as the town's attributes when we went through the branding and the survey process. I'm happy to reveal today that as the state, the region, and our own town enter the highly anticipated event season, Fountain Hills will be launching a digital campaign, Naturally Fountain Hills, that promotes the community as a destination for residents, businesses, and visitors. If you think about it, the answer to almost any question could be naturally Fountain Hills. Where do you want to hike? Where do you want to go get some food? Where do you want to go to a happy hour? How about watch a lunar eclipse, see a bobcat, watch the sunset, retire, start a business, start a family, get away from the snow? Naturally, Fountain Hills, that's the answer. So I'm looking forward to the rollout of that, naturally. I think we should give our development a hand for that. No more to come. Number 6, implement important departmental plans. So the town has firm, thoughtful departmental direction based, again, on the voter-approved general plan and our strategic plan. The town council is guided by these approved plans, and it's a mouthful, we have them. Active transportation plan, our community services, parks, trails, and recreation master plan, our economic development strategy, an environmental plan, McDowell Mountain Preservation Master Plan, a public art master plan, and importantly, a communications and citizen engagement plan. We also need to invest in our community. Much of our underground infrastructure is 50 years old, our vertical infrastructure more than 30. The lake liner is getting up there. Our streets require significant investment. Number 8, actively continue strategic representation and partnerships. Council must continue to coordinate with others at all levels. And number 9, support the International Dark Sky Discovery Center, and we have exciting activities to come next month, well, March, right? So we look forward to that. So these 2023 goals remain as constants. Council and staff incorporate specific components of those adopted plans when recommending and launching new projects. It all makes sense. Residents and business owners can meet us at those crossroads to find ways to embrace what voters have approved in order for our town to thrive, not just survive or worse, slip backwards. After all, how can we display an open for business sign alongside one that says no vacancy to potential residents? We can't let that happen. And what better timing than now to find out straight from our manager, well, not from there, but from there, Rachel Goodwin and her staff with their summary of the departmental and public safety achievements, and we'll talk more after the video.
2023 was a year of change. One of the biggest changes was seen in the town leadership. After 8 years leading our incredible team, Grady Miller retired. I'm honored to be appointed as the new town manager by our mayor and council. As I moved into the town manager role, Park Superintendent Kevin Snipes was promoted to Community Services Director. Leadership roles were not our only changes in 2023. Another substantial change was a transition to an in-house, town-operated fire department. This was an exciting and extensive process that you'll hear more about shortly. We accomplished a lot in 2023. Despite our small size and limited staffing, the town of Fountain Hills delivered on the services and capital projects our residents and business customers appreciate and value. It's an honor to work with such talented and professional staff. Here are a few highlights of the initiatives and projects completed by the town of Fountain Hills in 2023.
2023 was a year for transition with the fire department. Town Council approved ending the contract with Rural Metro and bringing fire services in-house. On January 1st, 2024, the Fountain Hills Fire Department firefighters officially became employees of the town of Fountain Hills. Over the past year, the department's leadership recruited firefighter personnel to join Fountain Hills, and all rural metro employees stayed to become part of the Fountain Hills Fire Department. In addition to staffing, leadership negotiated with regional fire jurisdictions to develop mutual aid partnerships. With mutual aid, the fire department could request additional assistance from the Scottsdale Fire Department, for example, in a fire or other major incident. Another benefit of an in-house service is being part of an automatic aid. Under automatic aid, the closest fire units available are called regardless of geographic boundaries or municipal borders. This fire service benefit would offer advanced support from other regional municipalities and fire agencies during significant fire and emergency incidents. The town saw economic growth and expanded tourism in 2023 while laying the groundwork for future projects in 2024 and beyond. To help attract new businesses and raise the profile of the town, the Economic Development Department worked on a branding strategy to create a new town logo. This new, refreshing look helps market Fountain Hills locally, regionally, and nationally. Thanks to our regional partners, the Arizona Office of Tourism, Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation, and Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community, the town was awarded over $300,000 in grant funding. This money boosted tourism advertising and marketing strategies, including developing a new Experience Fountain Hills website and a new Experience logo. Fountain Hills is known for its art and culture. To elevate the arts and create a sense of place, the town partnered with the Southern Arizona Arts and Culture Alliance, SRP, and 4 artists by installing 6 new murals in downtown along the Avenue of the Fountains and Verde River. The murals have been a big hit with residents and visitors alike. A major accomplishment for the Economic Development Department was the creation of the Community Economic Development Strategy, or CEDS, a 3-year plan unanimously approved by Town Council. It had been more than 10 years since the town had enacted a strategic roadmap for economic growth. There's a lot to look forward to in 2024. Fountain Hills will see the implementation of CEDS, a new downtown strategy to support residents, businesses, and visitors, and the groundbreaking of the Dark Sky Discovery Center, the star in our dark sky community. Recognized as one of the nation's best parks and recreation programs in 2022, the Community Services Department continues to grow programming and offer new services to meet the needs of our active community. With a staff that more than exceed expectations, the department oversees and works collaboratively with many community organizations by maintaining and providing services with town parks, trails, community center, senior services, public art programs, volunteers, special events, home-delivered meals, and so much more. Some of the highlights of 2023 include the renovated skate park at Desert Vista Park. Initially constructed in 2007, the redesigned park features something for beginner, intermediate, and advanced users. The new additions include a pump track, a skate bowl, and gnarly ramps. Pickleball is one of the fastest growing activities in the country and in Fountain Hills. With a steady waiting list of players, the town is looking to add additional courts to meet the high demand. Golden Eagle Park has a regional reputation for its outstanding ball fields and amenities. The park hosts a variety of baseball and softball tournaments, which often play at night. After 20 years of service, the lights on these fields were becoming outdated and expensive to operate and repair. In 2023, new LED lights were installed that greatly enhanced the lighting coverage of the fields, exceeding dark sky compliance. For 33 years, the annual Turkey Trot, 5K, and Fitness Walk is a Thanksgiving tradition for families in Fountain Hills. Its popularity continues to grow as 2023 had a record participation of nearly 3,000 runners, walkers, and trotters. Volunteerism is at the heart of what makes Fountain Hills a community that residents love and take great pride in calling home. For 15 years, the Make a Difference Day attracts community-minded residents to help neighbors who are in need of assistance maintaining their property, as well as other projects around town. In October, more than 400 people pitched in on a Saturday morning to make a difference in someone's life. When it comes to making a difference, the Home Delivered Meals program brings nutritious meals to homebound individuals of Fountain Hills who are in need of a delivered meal. The program allows people to recuperate and reside longer in the comfort of their homes. Fountain Hills was designated the 10th dementia-friendly community in Arizona in 2023 by the Dementia Friendly America program. As a member, Fountain Hills has the tools and resources to support people with dementia and their caregivers by helping them engage and thrive in day-to-day living. Dementia-friendly Fountain Hills provides many resources through the Memory Cafe and other programs offered by the Senior Services. To round out another incredible year for the Community Services team, they were once again recognized by their peers for outstanding programming. They received 2 prestigious awards from the Arizona Parks and Recreation Association, known as the Best of the Best Awards. The team won for Outstanding Special Events for their exceptional event called Spooky Blast. The second award for Outstanding Facility was presented jointly to Play Space Designs and Fountain Hills Community Services for the newly installed 5 to 12 age group playground at Fountain Park. The town of Fountain Hills had a strong financial year in 2023. Thanks to increased revenues from sales tax, licenses, and permits, the town had $3.5 million more general fund revenue than budgeted. And the town had $2.5 million less general fund expenditures than expected. With these increased funds available, the town was able to use $3.3 million toward street maintenance and add another $2 million for the lake liner replacement. You can see all the details of the town's budget on our website. The Development Services Department once again had a busy year with development activity in the town. The Planning Division maintains the town's plans and ordinances to guide development activity. The planning staff is currently working with other town departments on an updated strategy for the downtown area and has improved the application review process. This division also helps property owners to ensure all the zoning approvals are in place for the desired development, such as platting, zoning, and site plan approval. These projects include small, multi-use residence developments, mixed-use commercial projects, special use permits, and rezoning applications. The Building Safety Division handles the next steps of the development process as they review building permit applications, issue building permits, inspect construction, and issue certificates of occupancy. During 2023, the division received 732 permit applications, and over 5,500 inspections were performed during the year. The town's code enforcement staff work with residents to resolve code violations. These violations include everything from improperly parked vehicles to overgrown vegetation, to improper storage to working without proper permits. During this last year, the town began using a new online and phone application called See-Click-Fix. This application allows residents another way to report possible code violations. The Town of Fountain Hills Public Works Department takes pride in maintaining necessary infrastructure with limited financial resources. Always on call, the department oversees roads, town-owned washes, open spaces, environmental programs, flood control, Republic Services trash collection, and town facilities to ensure they are secure and safe for residents and visitors. Every town project in the Public Works Department is critical, but the continuous improvements and upgrades to our town roads are the most requested by residents and town council. The Citizens Ad Hoc Street Committee, consisting of engaged and experienced residents, help oversee street maintenance and planning and long-term street replacement needs by researching and offering input on how the town can manage its streets and pavement repairs for the next 20 years on a limited budget. The Streets Department completed Phase 1 of a 4-phase road replacement project in 2023, and work is underway for the urgent street replacement and upgrades for 2024. Significant rain events in Fountain Hills often lead to flooding of washes and roads, leading to the erosion of structures and damage to neighborhoods. The department engineered and installed several property-saving water runoff projects. These structures substantially reduced the flooding and required time to drain. Fountain Hills has many natural spring flows that have caused standing water issues along the lower level of the Panorama Wash. To eliminate the standing water, the town installed a pump system that collects and sends 78,840,000 gallons of water yearly to Fountain Lake. The Public Works Department and its divisions continually look for opportunities for efficiency and conservation. One example is in the 6 months from July to December 2023, the town used 11.7% less potable water on rights-of-way and boulevards, areas which are not irrigated with reclaimed water. This is 821,000 gallons in valuable water savings. The town of Fountain Hills continues to utilize Maricopa County Sheriff's Office as its contracted law enforcement provider. MCSO is committed to serving the residents and visitors of Fountain Hills, and the town has some of the lowest crime stats in the state, making us one of the safest communities in Arizona. The town is honored to have the dedicated men and women and the resources that MCSO provides as our community's public safety partner. Though the town of Fountain Hills does not provide direct water, sewer, and trash collection services, the town works closely with partners to offer these utilities. By using these top-notch companies to deliver utility services, residents are assured of the best service without paying additional fees or taxes to the town for equipment, maintenance, and upgrades. The town is proud of the projects completed for the residents of Fountain Hills in 2023, and we look forward to meeting the challenges and exceeding expectations in 2024.
Wow, huh? Every year I'm so impressed and grateful by the accomplishments of our town. Maybe more so this time because it was a year of change, where Rachel became our town manager and staff stepped into new roles and gracefully accepted additional responsibilities. When we lost key persons in important positions, others would work to meet our town goals and responsibilities. Your unity and loyalty are admirable. You are all leaders who inspire us to do better and our best. And thank you so much. I also want to recognize the contributions from our citizens and on the commissions and on committees who remain motivated to be part of this special community following staff's example. Each has an important role in providing input to the council concerning a wide range of issues. Advisory in nature, their recommendations become part of all the information that council and staff consider, and we are extremely grateful for it. So thank you for all the commissioners, the committees, and the volunteers here this morning. As we enter the calendar year of 2024, I do indeed believe the town is at a crossroads. We must address significant needs and, at the same time, forward important quality of life goals, seeking professional expertise, reasoned debate, public input, and a level of balanced, mature decision making. We've longed for and stressed the importance of working together to achieve our shared goals. From planning and ordinances, activities to parks and growth and leadership, no doubt the town's plate is full. And now you bet it is, which is encouraging and motivating and, yes, challenging. We've seen changes both internally, including our previous seasoned leader, town manager Grady Miller, moving on to a neighboring community, from external influences, with no history of knowing or really caring about us, resulting in outcomes that are questionable to the benefit of our hometown. We just heard the OK Corral singing "Neighbors Helping Neighbors," which pretty much sums up our philosophy over the years. Do we feel that way now? We owe all of our citizens, businesses, and visitors our best efforts and respect, representing them with equal consideration and seriousness, so that we continue to be the community that my family and many of you chose decades ago. One where founding developer MCO used to advertise in the Times with young families arriving here to start their new adventures. There were no life achievement qualification standards or housing requirement tests in order to feel welcome in Fountain Hills. In fact, we settled in my poor, generous sisters and my brother-in-law's living room with a 2-year-old and a newborn until we found a place that we could afford. PTA, soccer, Halloween carnivals, community theater, graduations, weddings, and babies followed, creating the kind of memories that future generations deserve from their hometown. Everyone wants to belong, right? I remain committed to working with the Vice Mayor and Council to help achieve shared positive goals and experiences and look forward to seeing them through. Allow me to highlight some of what I consider these goals, and keep in mind that some of these will overlap with areas from 2023. First, building on the significant economic development progress we have seen over the years, over this past year or so especially, such as continuing to enhance our downtown area, including Park Place, and improved connectivity between the Avenue and the Fountain and Parkview Avenue. Keeping up our unique and fun events and attracting new residents of all ages, adding housing options, jobs, and partnering with the schools to support our businesses and our overall vitality. Second, assisting with the transition of our municipal fire department, along with implementing our new contract with MCSO, keeping us one of the safest towns in the valley. Third, welcoming the International Dark Sky Discovery Center. Appearing as an expert within at the Smithsonian representing Fountain Hills in their Lights Out exhibit was something I never would have expected to do in my life. Somewhere in Chile, 2 kids are walking around with fountain pins on their collars. And a family from Arkansas, too. People in Indiana and West Virginia and Texas are wearing our Fountain Hills State 48 t-shirts and raising interest and curiosity about that dark sky community, Fountain Hills, Arizona. Our reputation in general has been enhanced and growing, with appearances on morning TV shows, featured articles in magazines, blogs with real estate professionals in broadcast and in print media. Our EarthCam presence is continuing worldwide. Fourth, finalizing a long-term strategy to reach an acceptable standard for our streets. We're going to be further homing in on that on Tuesday and then at our retreat in the end of February. 5, preparing for and addressing the infrastructure needs of a 50-plus-year-old community, home to a fountain and a large lake with, shall we say, unique requirements. Also, our community has water management issues, as you saw, plus continuous needs for maintaining and improving parks, sidewalks, intersections, buildings, etc. 6, maintaining conservative budgeting policies that have consistently shown higher than expected revenue and lower expenditures to help us provide an excellent quality of life, at the same time, though, preparing us for capital needs, which, as we mentioned, are going to include new funding tools for streets and the lake liner. Other items of note include continuing our valuable relationships with Fort McDowell, Yavapai Nation, Salt River Pima, Maricopa Indian community, also municipal, state, county, and federal partners, our schools, the Sanitary District, the Maricopa Association of Governments, the League of Arizona Cities and Towns, the Fountain Hills Chamber, GPEC, which is the Greater Phoenix Economic Council, our East Valley Partnership, and even internationally with the Canada-Arizona Business Council, our sister cities, honorary consuls, and ambassadors. Looking at additional tools, I'd like to look at maybe revising some ordinances or consider reevaluating, such as construction areas, some of the vacant lots and buildings and yards that have maybe been in disrepair for extended periods of time. I'd also like to look at business licenses criteria just in light of the recent bad actors that we've seen, so we may take a look at that. I'd also like to reevaluate unprecedented changes that we've seen in the broadening home business arena, including short-term rentals, especially regarding noise and parking and the number of trips, and there's things that interfere with our neighborhood climate. And working within state and federal law for future discussions of local issues. This could include zoning issues, telecommunication, unhoused persons, signage, group homes, and personal fireworks. Now, recently, we've heard from some criticizing us who nonetheless begin their remarks with comments such as, Fountain Hills is the greatest place in the world, or I've lived in many areas, but Fountain Hills is the only home for me. So this did not happen by accident, without long-term planning and growth, cooperation, and yes, love of the town and of each other. Leaders chose the right direction when approaching their crossroads, and we're all the better for it. Perhaps since some of the harshest words come from folks with shorter tenure as residents, they haven't had the chance to volunteer or join groups and get that fuller picture of the traditional dedication that we have here to serve others and the joy that that can bring. A friend gave me a book by Simon Sinek that I admit is still unfinished, but coincidentally I received a text from a family member just the other day that included several inspirational quotes from him. I took that as a sign to share one of them. It says that the goal of life is not to have our lives mean something to ourselves, but to have our lives mean something to others. Seems like common sense, kind of obvious, right? But it's worth thinking about every day. Furthering that theme, the poems that we recognize for MLK Day, written by the local youths, were very inspiring and heartfelt. A book that King authored in 1967 laid out his thoughts and plans and dreams for America's future. The title was Character or Chaos. It indicates a now familiar crossroads choice, one that maybe was before its time. It's important to recognize and resist national interests that can supersede or even undermine common goals for our local community, including civility and unity, lawful, predictable, fair governance. We can put aside unnecessarily controversial issues and revising settled decisions. At the same time, we can give equal voice to our respect to our neighbors and to our staff. I want to engage our community in these conversations and in all of the exciting things that are in store for us. We can and we will successfully move forward, even with a variety of individual priorities, because we can do that by working in good faith. Finally, before we go for the rest of the day, I always like to conclude these addresses with a selected song lyrics that I find meaningful, and I hope that you do too. You probably thought I was going to go with Clapton's Crossroads, but instead, I'm picking 1989 by Starship. It starts with, I see a paradise. This world I found is too good to be true. The chorus then proclaims, we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's going to stop us now. And it ends with a final promise. Take it to the good times, see it through the bad times. Whatever it takes is what I'm going to do. Think about those words. We can all do that for each other. Thanks again for attending the 2024 State of the Town, making it a successful, and please have a wonderful day.